Hi guys, my name is Carla and welcome to my plant channel Chlorophyll is the New Black. Today I'm pretty excited because I am going to show you one project that I had to root Hoyas. So this started 6 weeks ago. I bought some Hoya cuttings from a person that was selling them in Marktplatz. Also, afterwards order online. To both succulents, I will put the webpage address below. I ordered as well some cuttings. There were many varieties on this page, really check it out. So this one is Hoya Daikii. I hope that I'm actually pronouncing it right. But I mean, it's pretty big cutting. I was expecting like one small stem with maybe 1-2 leaves. This one is called Hoya Matilde, and it also has like this succulent type of thick leaves, and yeah, in this case it's very small, and it's actually splash as well, beautiful as well. You can see that it has like this type of stem, like wood stem, like many of the Hoyas have, and leaves are pretty stiff, and also, I mean, you can see markings on them. They are beautiful, and a little bit of splashing even, so I actually think this is a beautiful specimen as well. Stem with rather small leaves. They are not splash variegated or anything, but I thought it was quite interesting. What I found very funny of this one, since I opened the package, is that they actually wrote the variety in pen here on the leaf. So, I mean, yeah, it says red button. So it's actually a pretty cool Hoya. Then some of the new leaves grow as a brown new leaf, so I thought that was actually pretty nice to see. The thing that is very interesting about this Hoya is that it can get pretty red. So it's called, again, Hoya Sunrise. When it gets enough light, it gets totally red. I'll keep you updated, guys. It's been yeah, time to actually check them up. Some of them I can see how are they doing, but some of them I have no clue. So it's going to be quite a surprise now. This is a setup that I did with just a box. So you can see here, the Hoyas are inside. First we will go to the cuttings that I got from Marktplatz, so that you can see those ones are the oldest ones, and some of them have rooted pretty well. So from Marktplatz I got 4 cuttings. I will start with the cutting that I already received in soil. So it was this one. This one is called Hoya Obovata Picta Variegata. That's how it was marketed in Marktplatz. It was supposed to be rooted in soil. And at some point I was moving it around, and then I took it out, and then I discovered that it had like a mini tiny root that I don't know if I could call that rooted, but yeah, I mean, it was supposed to be rooted. Anyway, so what I did is I just kept it in the soil mix that it was, and I just put it as well in the box that you just saw. And what I did to not keep everything damp is that I just put a container underneath it that was sealed so that it wouldn't absorb the water that was in the bottom of the box. At that moment, if I would have pulled it out, it would come all together, but now it's actually pretty stiff. I cannot pull it out, so that actually tells me that now after 6 weeks it's doing something and it's rooting, so I'm pretty happy about that. Next, I have 2 cuttings in here. The woman that sold them to me told me that these ones were doing very good in water, and she was not wrong. So it's been 6 weeks, and let me show you a little bit closer that, I don't know if you can see, that it has some pretty good roots in there. So here I have the Hoya Thomsonii. So it's this one that is a little bit fuzzy. It has like a lot of hairs, and it's pretty beautiful. I'll put as well as shooting on the screen because it's not very easy to see here. I also got the Hoya Diptera, that is this one. This one is also supposed to be a very prolific Hoya, and actually it was a long stem. What I decided to do was to cut it in half and root both of the cuttings. So as you can see, everything grew, and I can even see already new growing and new leaves in here that it didn't have before. So these small ones here are new leaves that it put in the last 5 weeks. Another one that I got from the same vendor is the HOYA serpents. This HOYA, I was looking at some videos and many people says that it's a pretty fussy HOYA. Very difficult, it doesn't do much for a long time. To my surprise, it rooted and now it's having a lot of new growth. First I had this HOYA as well in water, but then I decided to put it in sphagnum as well because I also wanted it to root from other parts that it had, like some small root points that could grow. So I thought like, okay, let's better get it well established and then we can decide what to do. So I have this one as well inside of sphagnum on a plate, and yeah, same story. I just put it in a container. The sphagnum is a little bit damped, and I put it inside of a bag that I had, and every day I open it for new air and close it with a hairband. So it was a very setup that is very homemade. So now let me show you. So this is the cutting and it looks pretty good, and to my surprise it didn't have these new points of growth here, and it even has there new leaves coming out, so that's pretty exciting. So it worked as well. And now let's go to the setup that I have in the box. So guys, this is how the box looks from the inside. What I did is I just filled the bottom with around 1 centimeter of water. You can see that in the bottom there is well, a little bit of water, and I put every HOYA in sphagnum, and the sphagnum is slightly damp, which means that I just hydrate it and then I squeeze out all the excess of moisture so that it wouldn't be like extremely wet. Then I put each of the cuttings in them. I basically close the box and open it once a day so that they could keep some moisture in. Okay, so what I will do now is that I'm going to take one by one, and then I will show you if it has any roots or if it did anything at all. I'll go first for the HOYA Matilde. So this one I already saw since before something that was happening to it. It came a little bit like with some kind of dry roots in soil. So what I did is the same. I just put it in sphagnum. And funny is that some roots are actually growing because you can see that it's even stick to the material that I put in. So yeah, it's doing something. And next to it, actually these leaves, it didn't have them at all. So you can see that in this time, in these 5 weeks, it actually put 2 new leaves that are looking amazing. And well, I will report it already. Next one. I decided to put in this container. And the point is that I have no idea if it rooted at all, but it has quite some roots into this stem. You can see the humidity just helped growing all these points, all these roots, because it had no roots at all in here. So I'm already happy for that because I can plug it in the soil. On the other hand, this one was a long cutting and I decided to divide it in 2. So this is supposed to be the upper part that continues growing, and this is supposed to be the roots are supposed to be in here. So let's see what actually I have. I have no idea. So I have this part that is one of the cuttings, and I have I have no roots at all in this one. So I guess I will have to continue rooted because I didn't see anything. Okay, well, those are updates anyway. And this one that has roots here, let's see if it has anything inside of it. Let me just... it also has no roots at all on this side. Like nothing. That's weird. I don't know if it's disappointing or not, because it actually has a lot of roots on this side. So that's, yeah, you can see it there better. That's pretty weird. Okay, I guess I will have to wait a bit more with this one. Next one, these two Hoyas. So I have here together the Hoya Red Bottoms Pubicalix, that is this one, and I have the Sunrise, that is this one. So let's see. Oh, it's actually quite tight in the sphagnum, so that means that there is some roots going on there. Yeah. Oh my god, for sure something rooted, because it's bringing together everything out with the sphagnum. So it's actually not very wise to disturb the roots. I will also take already these ones out. Oh yeah, it has roots. Oh, amazing. Yes. I mean, I don't see anything, but I cannot pull it out, so that's for sure indication of roots. Okay, I don't want to disturb anything any further, so I will just try to separate them. Yes. And let me tell you that I just broke a root. Unbelievable. And all of these ones are also roots. So when I pull it out, I may have broken quite some roots of the Hoya. Oh, that's a bit of pity. Okay, so I won't disturb it any longer, and I will just use it like this to put it in soil, because I just don't want to lose the roots that took 5 weeks now to grow. So, I mean, but pretty exciting. I mean, it rooted pretty well, so that's very good. And now, for the Hoya Sunrise, this part dried out. Yeah, it seems that there is something as well in here, because, oh, and there are some roots even here. You can see a lot of roots in there. So I will put it on soil and see how it goes. But yeah, it looks like it worked out. Next one, I will try to pull out the Hoya Chingungensi. That is basically this long stem here. So it's this long stem here. So I also managed to pull it out. Oh, but you can already see here some roots. Even they are coming out of the sphagnum at the bottom. So that's amazing. But now the thing is that we need to separate them. I should have done this before. See, not good to wait too long. Oh. Okay, so apparently I also had... Wait, let's start with the Chingungensis. It has a lot of roots. I can see here a lot of white roots that are coming out of here. So this one did pretty good. The second thing that I have to say is that it was still here, and now you can probably not see the difference of color, but this part is a different green, which means that this is new growth. So all of this grew in 5 weeks. So that's pretty amazing, and it put out a lot of roots. That is also wow. So this one is a very easy to root Hoya in sphagnum, so that's very good. Why I did these ones in sphagnum as well, because it said that they are way easy adapted to soil afterwards, so that's why I decided to put them in sphagnum. And this one, yeah, I'm not sure, yeah, maybe it has some very small tiny roots in there, but it's not very evident with the sphagnum, so it looks a little bit weird actually. But okay. And then that one I got it in 2 because it was also very long, and I also seem to maybe have some roots in here, so then I will put that together and see how it goes. Okay, so now the repotting. Now for the potting, I selected some Mexican pots that I have, and what I did is I put some hydrocoral inside of it, just in the bottom, to allow the water to drain better. For my potting mix, I will be using an orchid mix. I did 60% orchid mix with about 30% of normal potting soil and also some Hygroton. So this is what I will be using now for potting my Hoyas. So I will start with the small ones, and in this case I will select the sunrise to start with. So what you want to do is just take your potting soil and start filling your pot, and after it is filled, then basically I'm just doing a small hole inside. As I said, I don't want to damage any more the roots, so I will just put it in with the sphagnum to keep hydrating the roots. Done. This is our first Hoya potted. Next one. Finally. So this is the Hoya Thompsonii. Beautiful, very, this is very hairy and very soft. Next one, potted. And this leaf, and the rest is actually new growth. I wonder what happens actually if you put it the other way around, because this side has already roots, so that makes sense. I mean, I don't know, I'll try it out. Well, I put it the other way around, which means that this was the stem that was cut at the beginning. Like from here, it was growing on this direction. But as you saw, the roots were on the other side, so I don't think this is right, but I will leave this one still in the box, and maybe with the humidity this part can get some roots, and then I can like turn it around and then it can grow the right way. Well guys, I hope you liked this video. Please let me know if it was useful in the comments below, and remember the drill. If you liked the video, click thumbs up. If you didn't, click thumbs down. Subscribe if you think that this channel can be for you, and click on the bell to get a notification every time that I upload a video. Thank you for watching. Bye!